All right. So another concept that I'm so happy and so thankful that everybody loved and embraced and used last year was the concept of mixed media dyes. Now, mixed media dyes are these dyes that are designed to leave a negative space. It's not about the shape that we cut out, which is what we're accustomed to when it comes to dyes. We're cutting out a shape we want to glue on. So when I proposed this idea last year at the CHA, they said, you know what, I don't think people are going to get it because all it's going to cut out is just a bunch of junk. I'm like, yeah, but what it leaves behind is amazing. It's so cool. And once they get that, they have that aha, I think they're really going to like it. So I'm happy that we are releasing Mixed Media 2 and 3. This one is the Flourish. It has a nice doily, a wildflower, and Mixed Media 3 is Crackle, Brick, and Typewriter. And they're just super cool. You have to check out the samples. They're very cool. Here's what's interesting about this particular one. I can take a card. I'm just going to use the craft side. I could use paint, but I'm not. What's great about this particular die, I need to clean that out too. See my pick?
You have it.
I'll just clean it out. Okay. This has no cutting blade on the outside. That's what makes the mixed media totally different. So unlike that gearhead where I showed you that corner cutout, this doesn't have any cutting blade on the outer edge. So it allows me to position it wherever I want. So if I'm going to put this, let's just say I'm going to flip this card out and I want to put that on a corner, if I put it in, that's still just going to leave whatever amount of space I decide to put on my card, right? If I want to have a skinny border or a wide border. So let me just show you a couple of options. Well, I'll use the pink side. I'll embrace just for you. I'm going to place this down, and right now I'm leaving a gap. So just so you can see over there, I'm going to place that down. I'll work. Is this side easier?
No, you're cool.
I want to be friendly to the camera too. I'm just going to place that, just leaving the gap, and I'm going to run this through. So I'm going to show you two different ways to use this die, because I think when you embrace it, when you start using it, you're like, man, these dyes are crazy cool. So what this is going to do is allow that kind of mixed media opening. I'm going to pop this out. I'm going to clean it out. Use my die pick. So this is what mixed media does. It's going to give you that leftover kind of lace, but it gets better. Because like what it is cutting out, like those are the shapes. I'm sure you can do something with them, but I don't.
Like sneeze and blow them all over
Yeah,
the craft
exactly.
room?
Yeah, the thing I would do would be like, I don't know, throw them away. But here's another great thing about this particular die and what you can do with it. I like the ability to take the shape or the pattern or the design and say, okay, what? You know, I'm going to go off the space, go off the edge. I'm going to create kind of this fragmented look. So my die is going off the edge of my card now. What it's going to do is basically take my pattern and kind of erode it off to the side. So let's do that. Run this through. All right. So because I've gone off the edge, my cut design or shape has also gone off the edge and created a whole eroded pattern. So you can use this to then, I mean, what I like about these patterns besides just a card, I would use this more on a mixed media project. I would take this, glue it down to a canvas, gesso over it, paint over it, and that's going to give me my raised effect, which I like. In fact, over in the Ranger booth in the Designer Challenge, Rochelle did her project using this die, and I didn't know what it was. She showed it to me, I'm like, where did you get those little flowery, lacy cutout things? She goes, it's your die. I'm like, I don't have a die like that. Because she turned this into a positive shape. She went in with her scissor and actually took this and cut that edge around these flower pieces and around these lace. So all this skinny little channel of paper, she navigated, I'm not gonna do the whole thing that she did, but she navigated her scissor around this whole thing and turned what I see as a negative space into a positive shape. And I just thought that was brilliant. So she had all these little flowers, she used all the little flourish, and all these pieces are on her project, and then she gessoed over it and painted it. So it looks like bits of lace attached to the project. So I've never really thought about using it that way, but that's what it's all about. It's kind of use it how you see it fit. All right, moving on.